So the first question then is how did you get involved with Pass On the Memories?
I first got involved with Everton in the community because I'd done a little talk at the opening of the Florrie where Prince Charles was, and Chris Clark from Everton was at there, and he invited me to the Everton in the community group. So when I came to the Everton in the community, which they were launching, I was asked if I'd like to attend their groups every Wednesday by Henry Mooney. So every Wednesday I started to come along, and I got that involved in it. I started to help with the Tuesday group as well, and then it became Tuesday morning, Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday morning, and Wednesday afternoon. It was such an important part of my life.
What has Everton in the community Pass On the Memories? What has it done for yourself and for your family?
Everton Pass On the Memories has brought us actually back to life. I've seen it within the group that people have come here and they've been on their own. There's the carer and there's themselves. After a few weeks, they're a community, the friends, they've made new friends, they're able to go out into the city, they're able to go out to museums, on the ferries, trains, all by themselves because they've made new friends here. So what we've built up again is we've actually created a new community and a new life for people with dementia.
So how was, if you can, explain how was life for you before Everton in the community and what's your life like now? What's the difference it's made?
My life before Everton in the community was, there was me and my wife, and that was basically that's what my life focused around. I did do a little bit of work for Mossley Hill, which was the year of action on dementia group, because they asked if someone would help volunteer on the group, and my wife said, Tommy will do it. I can remember the look on my face, you know, I could have killed it because I thought, I can't speak, because at the time I couldn't speak, I had no confidence, I'd lost all the confidence because I thought I can't contribute to society. When I got involved with Everton in the community again, because I was working with my own peers, I regained all my confidence, and because they let me help out and participate and say what we could put into the group to help, that really built all my confidence again. So much so that I'm actually able to go around and talk what it's like living with dementia now. So I don't live with dementia now, I live well with dementia now because of Everton in the community.
So how much would you say then it's improved your quality of life?
It's 100%, because if you've got just you and your wife, you start getting fed up after a while. Like, you know, now I've got a load of friends, I go out with them, we communicate, we FaceTime each other, we go out into town, we meet up, we have a meal together. And so we've gone from 2 people to like 50 people, which is amazing. I didn't have that many friends before I got dementia, come to think of it.
Just talk us through that diagram again, Tommy, and exactly what it means to you.
This gives a better overview of what my life was like before dementia and after dementia. This was my life before dementia. I used to take interest in what was happening in the world. I used to listen to all the world news, anything that was happening. I'd always be interested in what was happening in my own country. Obviously interested in what was happening in my own city and what was happening in my own community, you know, being part of my own community. Then I have my work, then I have my family, then I have my wife, and then I had myself right in the middle of this universe, so everything was going great. So obviously, initially you don't know you've got dementia, you know, because it's a progressive thing, so it slowly starts to impact on your life. So I come to the stage where I wasn't interested in what was happening in the rest of the world. So I just used to take a little bit of notice what was happening in my country, what was happening in my city, a little bit of what was happening in my community. Obviously went to work, then I'd have my circle of friends, my family and me. So eventually got to the stage where I wasn't interested in what was happening in my country. You don't realise that you don't want to watch the news anymore because it's got no interest in for you. So you just forget about that. So you've got your own city, you've got your community, you've got my work, got my circle of friends, I've got my family, and I've got me right here in the middle. Eventually, I stopped going out into town, didn't bother going out into town, never read the Echo, never did anything that was interested in the city. So I just had the community, so I'd just go for a pint of milk now and again, you know, loaf of bread, go to work, have my friends, have my family, and me at the centre of this universe, of course. It got to the stage where I thought something's not right, so I used to avoid my neighbours and my community. I wouldn't go to the shops, so I'd look out the window before I got in the car, so I'd run to the car, get in the car, go into work, come home, get in, and I'd shut all the blinds. And my wife would always come in and say, "What's all the blinds shut for?" I said, "Oh, the sun's shining on the telly," you know, which is a bit daft because it was in October, like, you know, so 6 o'clock at night, the sun doesn't shine. So eventually I had to give up work, which meant you lose that circle of friends. So when I had to give up work, it was, you know, heartbreaking because, you know, when you've worked all your life, it's have to give up something you love. So it just used to be my in-laws and my own family that used to come and see me. But because you're withdrawn so much into yourself, all they do is come and talk around you, about you, but never to you, you know, so they eventually stopped coming, and it eventually come that it was just me in the middle. So when I was asked to go to do the talk in the Florrie, my wife had to take me, so my wife took me, so that's when I met Chris Clark, and he invited me to Everton in the community. So I had to come along here, so met some more new friends when I was in here, and then we were taken out into the community, so we built a big community of friends up here. Eventually they started taking us out into our own museums and places that I'd never even thought of going to, and I never realised what a great city we actually have. And then we actually went to London and Manchester with the group, and so now this is what all of us in the group lives are like now. Instead of being like that, Everton in the community has made that much difference to all of us.
That's fantastic. I know you met Andy Burham a few weeks ago. What do you make of the news that Andy's doing the marathon for Everton and the community to raise money for this great cause?
It's a fantastic thing, and as I said at the time, Andy Burham's one of the few men that I know will actually know what it's like to have dementia just for a day. And I know he was as surprised as you are, because I said when he stood in front of the cop and he tried to deliver that talk, and he had all the families of the 96 screaming that all down on him, justice, and he had something very important to say, and he couldn't get it out to say. And if they'd have only listened to him, you know, straight away they would have known that he was going to say something that was going to change the lives of all of them. And it was such a powerful thing he said that day. But the most important thing was he kept his word, and that's what the people of Liverpool appreciate most, that he's an honest man who says what he's doing and does it.
And why is it important that people get behind Andy and give him the funds that will then come back into projects like Pass on the Memories?
It's very important that people get behind Andy, because this Everton in the community is not just about Everton supporters. You know, people have got to get that idea out that this is just about people for Everton supporters. This is for the community of Liverpool. The badge is obviously the most important thing, because it's a strong thing and it brings people into the club. But if people support Everton in the community, they're supporting the people of Liverpool, they're helping people. We've had people from Southport, we've had people from Wigan Witness that's come here, you know, so this is about a community. It's not about just ourselves. This is about Everton in the community, helping the community. And that's why Andy doing this for us is one of the greatest things that could ever happen to us.
And if Andy was here now, you had a good luck message for him or some words of wisdom, what would you say to Andy?
First of all, I'll give him a hug, because I respect the man that much. And I would say, keep training, keep going, and you're doing a great job for us. Good luck, Andy. Wish you all the best. Keep running, keep taking the water, and make sure you finish that 26 miles.